You might have a tempting reason to break your lease. A better apartment opens up down the block, or you want to move to another neighborhood. But is it a good idea to give in to that temptation? That depends on whether you're willing to pay the consequences. A lease is a legally binding contract, and that contract spells out specific penalties for walking away early. Start by reading back over your lease. You know, the document you signed a million years ago and stuffed in a drawer? It will spell out exactly what happens if you break the terms. Consequences include things like forfeiting your deposit, having to continue to pay rent until a new tenant moves in, or even paying rent until the lease is up, whether you're living there or not. If you refuse to pay any costs laid out in your lease, like early termination fees or additional month's rent, your landlord could report the missed payments to the credit bureaus or even send your debt to a collections agency. Either outcome could do major damage to your credit score. Finally, breaking a lease can also make it hard to find another apartment in the future. Rental applications often ask for your previous landlord as a reference, so it's best not to leave on bad terms. So before breaking your lease, consider these ways to reduce the consequences. First, talk to your landlord. The more notice they have that you want to leave, the more time they have to replace you. If they can find a new tenant quickly, they may be willing or sometimes may even be legally obligated to let you off the hook for any penalties you owe. Similarly, landlords may be willing to work with you if you have compelling reasons for breaking a lease, like being transferred for your job or needing a bigger place because you're expecting a new baby. Just remember, they don't have to do anything that's not laid out in the lease. So if you're going to break it, make sure you weigh the consequences carefully.